Hi everyone, Rusty Blackwood here, and welcome to my patio. This is the first time this summer that I have had a chance to come out and do one of my videos outside here in nature, in my backyard, which is, as you can see, totally nature, and I just love it. It is almost like an oasis for me. It's for a girl who grew up in the country on my grandfather's farm. The country has never left me, and in all these years that I have lived in the city, I've made do because I have to be here. I have to live in the city for, necessity. It just happened to be the house that my estranged husband and I bought in 1988. And geez, so long ago, and this is where I still am, and so this is the reasoning behind nature everywhere here, everywhere you look. It is just, I'm just going to move the webcam a little bit for you so you can sort of see what I'm talking about. This is my backyard. I've got, as you can see, tons and tons of shade back here, and bushes like my growing ivy on my fence that you can see the back of my house there, and going in the other direction, excuse my hand, there's a shed, there's the big tree, there's my son's homemade stove, there is the other side of the backyard, the gardens, the back of my house, my beautiful roses and middle garden there, and now my part of my hand again, and now I'm back. And so let's get this set up here. Hopefully I'm not causing too much of a disruption. It's hard to get this camera to sit properly when it's right on the top of the screen, and oh geez, little miss perfection here, but I want things to be as good as they possibly can be. I don't want them going, Willy Wonka. And so come on, cooperate with me. There, that's a little better. And so today's October. I've got October on my mind because I made a video yesterday about October 5th and my coming birthday on the 5th, and yesterday was September the 5th. Today is September the 6th, of course, and it is warm. It is a warm one today, and thank God for this lovely breeze that we have blowing here, because otherwise I wouldn't be out here. It would be just too hot. And so before I begin, I'm going to have a drink of iced tea, green iced tea. Cheers to you all. I hope you're having a fantastical day. And so as usual, not really any topics today, just whatever's coming to my mind, and talking about that. I hope you hear the wind chimes in the background, kind of giving us a bit of a serenade, and oh, it's just glorious out here. If every summer day could be like this one, you know, not stifling hot, but warm and with a lovely breeze. I think if you could have days made to order, that would be my order that I would put in to have, and because I think it's not the type of air that takes your oxygen out of your breath so that you can't breathe. It's just, I don't know, I guess stimulating may be the word that I want. There's a little bit of sun there. I have such a canopy of trees. The oldest tree here, which I have no idea how old it is. It is the species is called Tree of Heaven, and I really don't see anything outside of the fact of the oxygen it gives and the shade that it gives. I don't see anything really heavenly about it. It doesn't bear fruit. It doesn't bear nuts. It just has these stringers that come in the fall, and they hang from the leaves, and then eventually they fall to the ground, and that's it. And this must be a female tree, because all around me, the properties all around me have one of these trees that obviously it has managed to birth, birds picking up keys like seeds and things from the leaves, and taking them elsewhere, or the wind blowing them, or whatever. But there's a lot of offspring around the area, and the tree right directly behind me here, like a little bit over here to my left, is a scrub maple. And I had planted that, oh my heavens, it must have been in the mid to late 90s. And I had my youngest son Jason's best friend Craig, whose father was doing landscaping at that time, and Craig was assisting him. So Craig knew a lot about landscaping, and used to look after my yard for me. And so I had him plant this scrub maple, and at the time it wasn't any bigger than possibly that high. It was just like a sapling, and I don't know where I found it, but I brought it here to my yard, and I had Craig plant it for me, and which he did, and he staked it up for support as it grew, and now it must be at least 30 feet tall, and it's a split trunk on it, and it reminds me very much of a maple tree from Grandpa's farm out behind the house where I grew up, and it was a Manitoba maple, and it was a glorious tree too. It gave tremendous shade out the back, and it had a split trunk on it too, and it was just as strong as any tree that has a single trunk. And so maybe every time I look at this scrub maple of mine here, it reminds me of home, I suppose. And so there's an awful lot of topics to talk about, without you have to watch your step. As I've said before in videos, that you have to be very, very careful what you say, or put it this way, what you divulge. And because otherwise, if too much truth is getting out, then your video is like out the door. And so, it's just mind-boggling what is going on in the world and in our own country here. I never thought that I would ever live to see this happening. I certainly hope and pray that this is going to balance out. I'm a true believer in everything balancing sooner or later. The light and the dark balances every 6 months, and same with your life. Oftentimes you find that if things are going bad, not going the greatest for you, you just keep doing what you can do and hanging in there, and sooner or later the balance comes and it turns around and starts going in a better way. And so I'm thoroughly convinced it's going to be the same with this upheaval in the world. Oh my. And so when I did the short video yesterday announcing my birthday in a month, and that I want to do a celebration video, not celebrating me as being such a special person as such. No. It's just, we all have a birthday. It is our special day. We've completed another trip around the sun, and we got here in one piece. Maybe some minor, sneezes and coughs along the way, or whatever, and some maybe a little bit more serious. But we make the revolution, and we get our special day, and then we begin our next trip around the sun, with hopes that that one is going to be maybe better than the last one, or always hoping for something a little better. That's just human nature, I think, and so I did that yesterday and shared it around, and I'm going to see if I can't figure out how to do a live, so that I can do it live, and anybody that wants to join me can chime in, and even like I've done with conversations, where you invite people to come into your conversations, the same as you would do on Zoom, that people can join you and share your screen, and be right there in real time with you, and have interaction. And so if I could figure out how to do that here on to put it either on YouTube, or to put it on Facebook, or even, I don't know, my website, if I could figure out how to do that, would be great. And just to be able to spend some time with all of you who so kindly support me and my work, and give you back a little bit of what, even a tad back of what you give to me all year long. And great support, and helps me to stay inspired, and to continue to let my mind and my, at many times, overactive imagination stay active, and continue to come up with storylines and interesting characters, and basically good entertainment for y'all out there, and those who so kindly purchase my work and enjoy my work and give me great feedback. And thank you again to all the reviewers who have been kindly requesting to review my autumn series, and given me really great reviews, and that is what you hope for, because that is what helps to sell a book. People need to be able to read reviews about a book, unless they're very familiar with the author to begin with. And if that's the case, then oftentimes they're going to purchase your work as soon as you bring a new one out, because they obviously like your writing, they like your style, and the way you write, and the things that you write about. Let's see here. I hope that my whole head is in this, that I'm not talking to you without a forehead or something like that. Oh my, this is just, I don't seem to have that problem upstairs in my loft. I don't know, it's just not holding. There, that's a little better. There, I'm all here, yeah. And so I have there's very few reviews on Amazon accompanying my work, simply because unless you have a verified purchase of whatever it is you purchase on Amazon, obviously, so they can check it to see that you got it on Amazon. They won't allow reviews, even though, if you buy something, it's not very long, you might not even have used it yet, and you get notice, you get an email asking you to please review whatever that was that you got. And of course, the reason behind that is because reviews help to sell the product that the review is about. And it's the same with books. And so a lot of people, they might get my work off of Amazon, but either they don't review it, they don't put a review back up, or I don't know, but there's hardly any reviews of my work, of any of my work on Amazon. But if you go to my official website, rusty-blackwood.com, and go to my books page, all of my novels are listed there with all the reviews for each of them. And the reviews go on and on and on. So please take the time to check them out. And if you're on the fence line as to whether or not you want to take a chance on my work, read, if there's a certain title you're interested in, read the reviews for it, and hopefully that will help you to make your decision. And my Derwood Tug Bottom comedy series is not on my books page, but if you go to my bio, you can read all about Derwood and the 3 books so far in the series. I had planned to do a 4th installment in the series, but I haven't done that as yet. I gotta get, how do I describe this or explain this? I have to get in the right mind frame to do Derwood, and because in order to write Derwood and all of the silly, oftentimes idiotic circumstances he gets into, or that he copes with, I've got to get my mind set in that, and feel silly and goofy and in order to write this eccentric character that my brother invented and very kindly shared with me, that allowed me to, after he invented Derwood, he gave Derwood to me to do with him whatever I want to do. And so that is the reasoning behind each of the Derwood books in the series are dedicated to my brother Rick Beecroft, because without his imagination, Derwood would cease to exist. So that's the reason behind the dedication each time to my brother. And I will continue to dedicate any further Derwoods that I write. And so, as I was saying, I've got to get in that right mindset and find, like, tickle my funny bone, or find something funny that I can pull from in order to be able to write Derwood. And now Robbie McEwen, Derwood's Scottish best friend, which in actuality probably would never happen, because the Brits and the Scots, you want to go back as far as Mary, Queen of Scots, they don't mesh, they don't get along. And that word mesh, thank you, Steph, for, introducing the word meshing to me a long time ago. And, but I mean, in actuality, some things and some people just don't mesh. Like, in other words, they don't see eye to eye, they don't get along. And yet, no, in some ways I agree, and other ways I don't, because it is fairly true that opposites attract, and they balance each other. And so don't ever be put off by somebody saying, we don't mesh, because maybe in their mind they're thinking that you don't mesh, but in actuality you do, because you're like a sounding board and they're a sounding board, and it's like a good tennis game going back and forth and back and forth. And as long as you can find enjoyment, and you can find you can be grounded, a person can ground you and you can ground them, and you enjoy each other's company overall, that's the main thing. And that's, I think, how you can sum up a friendship. And so there again, trying to find something funny to think about in order to write Derwood. And with the things the way they are in the world for the last 3 years or so, it is almost impossible to find humor, to find things that are funny, because so many things are not. They're anything but funny. But I guess that's where writing can be challenging at times, trying to get yourself in that right center of gravity, or that area, or that spot you need to get into in order to get started. Like with me, I may have all kinds of problems trying to settle down into that niche I need to get into. But once I find it, once I get there and I'm comfortable, and it starts to come to me, then I'm okay, and I can continue with it. In that short video yesterday that I did, and that is only on my Facebook. So if you and Gab and MeWe, what else is it on? Friend of You, Getter, LinkedIn, Twitter, or now X. You know, X marks the spot. And I didn't put it on even on my website. So if you want to see it, you can go to any one of those sites and see it. It's only about 5 minutes long. It's fairly short and sweet and to the point. And I set it to my mailing list and things like that. So so it gives lots of time for people to be aware, and if they want to join me, to be able to make some time to come by and join me. And so and I probably will be doing a separate video for my channel here the day of my birthday, or the day before or the day after, whatever. There's only so many hours in a day, but I'll do my best to see what I can manage to do. And so let me see, what else can I discuss in the last few minutes I have. There's not too much time here before I hit my 30-minute mark. And basically, I hope that you all on the other side of this screen, that you're having a good day, or even a great day if possible, and you're smiling, and you're keeping yourself grounded, and you're keeping your reserve. You're keeping yourself ready to take on the next idiocy that's pushed on all of us, or is going to try to be pushed on all of us. And I just don't think it's going to work this time. I'm not doing it. I refuse to do it. I didn't the last time. Once I clued in to what it was all about and what was going on, I would not comply, and I will not comply this time either. Because what are you going to do out there? You know, what are you going to do, big brother? It is my constitutional rights as a Canadian, the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, plus the Bill of Rights. And you cannot step all over that. And it's been proven. Cases have been getting thrown out of court, chucked out left and right. And even a lot of people who have been fined have been getting their money returned to them. And of course, there are the examples that they try to make, but in time, that's all going to backfire on them too. And so please, I know there's going to be those that are going to, the minute it's announced, lockdown, that they will run to get their mask, and they will get in line for the next and but you know, you can't control somebody's mind to get them to understand what they're doing. But I hope and I pray that people will find out, you know, turn your TV news off. Get your news, alternative news, because there you're getting the truth. And so, stand strong. Don't bend. Don't give in. Just say no and stick to it. You know, God is watching. He's watching everything. Every evil thing that's going down. And if it doesn't happen in their life, when their life is done, it's going to happen. And it's not going to be nice. So, I think I've hit the 30-minute mark. It's just amazing how quickly that comes about. And I ask you to excuse any noise that's coming back from the street. There's the cicada bugs. They're playing a symphony to close out my video. And so I hope the rest of your day is great. It's all that you want it to be. That you're getting done what you need to get done, and you have a good evening, and so I will be back again soon with a new video about what. At this point in time, it's anybody's guess. Please do leave comments below if you've got a suggestion, maybe of something you might like me to talk about. Please ask me. And if I can do it at all, I'll give it the old school try and do my best. And so please like this video, please comment this video, and thank you for the few comments that have been coming, like right on, and share the video around, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much to all my new subscribers, and I look forward to hearing from all of you. Thanks again, Usha, and I'll talk to you all soon. So, God's blessings to each of you, I wish. So take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye for now. Peace out.